You keep thinking that you need to feel ready. You keep waiting for that sudden burst of inspiration, that magical spark, that perfect moment where everything clicks into place and the world finally aligns for you. You keep waiting for motivation to save you. You keep telling yourself that one day you will feel it. One day you will wake up full of energy, full of power, full of clarity. One day you will feel unstoppable. And on that day, you will finally begin. But that day never comes. And deep down, you know it. You sit there scrolling, thinking, planning, imagining, dreaming. You create the life you want in your mind. You see your goals. You picture your future self. You fantasize about the version of you who is disciplined, sharp, consistent, unstoppable. The version of you who wakes up early, who trains hard, who reads, who works, who builds, who grows. The version of you who finally lives without shame, without guilt, without regret. But imagining it has become your comfort. Dreaming has become your escape. And every time reality calls you to act, you retreat back into thought. Because action requires effort. Action requires discomfort. Action requires discipline. And discipline is not exciting. Discipline is not glamorous. Discipline does not feel good in the beginning. Discipline looks like silence. Discipline looks like repetition. Discipline looks like doing the same simple, boring thing over and over, even when you don't feel like it. And that is where most people quit. Because we are raised in a world that worships feelings. A world that tells you to follow your heart. A world that tells you to wait for passion. A world that tells you to trust your mood. But your mood is the most unreliable guide you could ever follow. Your mood changes. Your emotions shift. Your feelings are influenced by sleep, weather, comfort, hunger, stress, and thousands of tiny invisible triggers. And yet, you let those unstable signals decide your future. You say you want to change. You say you want to improve. You say you want to grow. But when the moment comes to move, to actually move, you hesitate. You tell yourself you will do it tomorrow. You tell yourself you will start next week. You tell yourself you just need a little more time to prepare, a little more research, a better schedule, a cleaner routine. You convince yourself that the perfect moment is coming, but it never does. Because the perfect moment is not real. The perfect moment is a myth. There are only two kinds of people in this world. Those who wait and those who act. And the ones who act are not the ones who feel ready. They are the ones who are tired of feeling the same. They are the ones who have reached the point where staying where they are hurts more than moving forward. They are the ones who stand up even when their legs shake. They are the ones who show up even when their heart is heavy. They are the ones who do it broken, do it confused, do it afraid, do it exhausted. They move without motivation. They move without excitement. They move because they said they would. They move because the alternative is a lifetime of regret. Motivation is a spark. It burns bright, but dies quickly. Discipline is the fire you build with your own hands. It is the flame that stays lit even when the world turns dark. It is the force that keeps you going when everything inside you is begging you to stop. Look at the person you want to be. Look at the life you say you want. That life is not built by the days you feel good. It is built by the days you feel nothing and do it anyway. The days you wake up tired and still show up. The days you feel weak and still push forward. The days your mind tells you to rest, to quit, to stay comfortable, and you choose discomfort instead. Discipline is not about being strong. It is about being stronger than your excuses. Every time you skip the workout, every time you put off the work, every time you pick up the phone instead of picking up your responsibility, every time you say later, you are teaching your mind that your feelings are in control. And the more you repeat that lesson, the weaker you become. But every time you act when you don't want to, every time you choose effort over comfort, every time you choose growth over distraction, every time you choose discipline over emotion, you are building something inside yourself. You are building a mind that listens to you. You are building a will that does not break. You are building a self that does not run from challenge. Discipline is not loud. Discipline is not dramatic. Discipline is quiet. Discipline is gentle. Discipline is steady. Discipline is waking up and doing what must be done even when no one is watching. Discipline is consistency. Discipline is patience. Discipline is commitment. You are not supposed to feel motivated every day. You are supposed to build a life that does not require motivation. A life driven by purpose. A life guided by standards. A life directed by self-respect. Because that is where discipline begins. Not in strength, not in power, not in toughness, but in respect. Respect for yourself. Respect for your time. Respect for your future. Respect for the life you want to build. You say you want to change. So show yourself that you mean it. Stop telling yourself what you will do someday. Stop telling yourself who you will become eventually. Start proving it now. Start proving it in the small ways, the tiny actions, the daily effort, because small becomes big. Repetition becomes identity. Effort becomes transformation. And you are capable, even if you don't feel like it. Even if your mind whispers doubt. Even if your body is tired. Even if your heart feels heavy. You are capable of more than you allow yourself to realize. But ability means nothing without consistency. Your breakthrough is not going to come from a burst of motivation. Your breakthrough is going to come from the days you drag yourself forward with no energy, no enthusiasm, and no excitement. Your breakthrough will be built on the days that feel boring, on the days that feel slow, on the days that feel pointless. Because transformation is not loud. It is silent, quiet, invisible at first. And then one day, you wake up and realize the work has become who you are. The habits that once felt heavy now feel natural. The discipline that once felt painful now feels necessary. The strength that once felt distant now lives inside your bones. And on that day, you will understand the truth. You never needed motivation. You needed discipline. Because discipline is what makes you the kind of person who does not quit. Discipline is what makes you the kind of person who does not break. Discipline is what makes you the kind of person who does what must be done. Discipline is the foundation of all growth. Discipline is the root of all success. Discipline is the path, the map, the key. And now here you are, listening, thinking, feeling the weight of your own potential pressing against your chest. And you know that this is your moment. Not a moment of excitement, not a moment of emotion, but a moment of decision. This is where you choose, stay who you are, or become who you were meant to be. No more waiting, no more excuses, no more tomorrow, no more I'll start when I feel ready. You start now, tired or not, ready or not, motivated or not. You start now, because your future is watching, your potential is waiting, and your time is running. Get up, stand up, move, build, train, work, show up. Not because you feel like it, but because your life depends on it. One day, you will look back at this moment and realize it was the moment everything changed. Not because you felt different, not because you were inspired, but because you finally understood the truth. You do not rise by feeling. You rise by choosing. You rise by doing. You rise by discipline. And when people ask how you did it, you will simply say, I showed up.